Good morning. It's August 24th, 2025. It is Sunday, the Lord's Day. I like to think of Sunday as a day that we spend time with family if we're able to. So, good morning. Good morning. How are you today? That's good. Actually, awesome. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, and how are you today? Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, August 24th. Only have about a week left of August. It's rather humid here today. Well, it's really humid today. Good morning. Welcome to Sunrise with Sally on Sally G's Reality. Good morning, everyone. I hope this day finds you well. I hear a lot of crickets today. I don't hear too many birds this morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's about 6:30 a.m. in Pennsylvania, and we're going to read some from the Bible today, as usual. Good morning, Daryl. How are you today? It's pretty humid here today, so just stick into your skin here. So it's August 24th. I was just saying we only have about a week left of August, and those of you that live in America, um, I believe next Monday is Labor Day. So all those that labor or work will have off. Well, most of us, because a lot of people workplaces don't observe it anymore. It used to be everything was closed down and everybody had a day to regroup, and now it's not that way anymore. It used to be also Sunday, none of the stores were open in the United States, but that's when I was younger, very, very, very many moons ago. You know what I'm talking about, Daryl? All right. Guess everybody's still sleepy. Blue laws, yes. Are we GTG here? Okay. All right. So we are going to start out here. Uh, I want to talk about happiness today. Um, I have a little reading here. Happiness fills my soul. What a pleasure it is to wake up feeling happy, full of anticipation for all the new day will bring. It's a brand new day. I feel buoyant as though I am riding a wave of goodwill and grace that nothing and no one can take from me. And we talk about that a lot on here, how it's a brand new day, and we shouldn't let anybody take that away from us. We can do what we want to do with our new day, right? And if someone does try to, we just don't respond to it, because a lot of people are just trying to get you to react to what they're saying or doing to make you upset. My happiness grows as I pay attention to the things that sustain me and give my life meaning. My favorite places, my affectionate pet, if you have one, the love of my friends and family, and so much more. My mindful attention and appreciation fill my heart to overflowing with gratitude and joy. Happiness is a gift of God, a way to be fully present to all the blessings this life has to offer. Good morning, Bardia. How are you? Good morning and welcome. Happiness is a gift of God, a way to be fully present to all the blessings this life has to offer. Good morning, Paula. What's going on? We're reading a Bible, and I was wanting to have the topic to be happiness, which we all would love to have. Therefore, my heart is glad and my soul rejoices. My body also rests secure. And that's from Psalm 16:9. So it's a pleasure for us to wake up feeling happy, right? Full of anticipation for the new day, what it will bring, right? And then you feel wonderful about it. And then, someone might come along and try to ruin that for you, but we know how to handle that because we've talked about that so many times, right? Don't let them get a rise out of you or see that it bothers you. And the sun is coming up. I'm just looking behind me to see. It's starting to look like fog is coming up there now. My joy grows as I share it. Joy fills my soul. It is my feeling of deep contentment and belongingness to the world and everyone in it. And I bet they're talking there about just like little kids on Christmas morning, and they're just so happy and they're so content, this deep contentment because Santa Claus came, but but it's also the Lord's birthday, and they're just so full of joy. That's the only example I have in my mind right now. Um, it is my anchor, keeping me stable and grounded as worldly circumstances shift me around. It is the wings that help me soar as a creative thinker who believes all things are possible. Yes, all things are possible in our new day, right? With God, all things are possible. And I used to have a stained glass thing on my window that said, all things are possible. It's probably still packed somewhere because we only moved here 6 years ago. Packed everything. But anyway, my joy is not for me alone. It grows as I share it generously. It is in my smile, my thoughtfulness, and grace I offer others. Joy is how I rise above the concerns and irritations of daily life and remain tethered to a deep, greater truth. So it's not for us just to have. We should spread the joy, right? Spread our happiness. Just by giving a smile to someone might even brighten their day. Or, saying a kind word or telling someone they look nice. Or, just giving a compliment that would make someone's day. And then it'll grow as we spread it. God is the source of the joy I feel and the joy I share. It is one of the greatest gifts of my life, a way to feed the presence of God on earth and live in a way that helps others know God's presence as well. Hello, Pasha Short. Yeah, it's rather humid here, but yeah. So God is the source of our joy that we feel, and then we're supposed to share it. It is one of the greatest gifts of our lives. And we get this joy from God. The day that starts new, that we're able to, as older people, even younger people, we're, hi, Jasmine. Thank you. Jasmine, thank you so much because I was like, oh, I don't know if I can make it up there today. And people like all of you are why I'm here. Hey, Yvonne. Good morning. Good morning, Yvonne. How are you guys today? I was up late talking to Tracy, um, Life in the Wild Side. So, then after that, when you talk to someone, then you can't go to sleep because you think about what you're talking about. So, but so God is the source of our joy. I feel the joy and I share it. It is one of the greatest gifts of my life, a way to feel the presence of God on earth and live in a way that helps others know God's presence. So if we are pleasant and smile at people instead of being cranky and pushing people out of the way, uh, I've had a lot of cranky kids in my kindergarten before. But, that ruins everybody's day. If you come in cranky or your boss, is pushing papers on you and saying this is due by the end of the day, and you come in all happy, and then that's going to ruin your day, isn't it? People that uh, are like that are just miserable. But what we're trying to do, what God wants us to do, is to smile and try to just keep our beautiful day, even though they're trying to, ruin it. But you'll get that paperwork done when you get it done, right? So, or if that little kid's in your way, if you're a little kid, you don't push them out of the way. You say, please excuse me. So, but there's a lot of people that are miserable, especially on the highways and everything. And, I see a lot of people whenever got out of church and everybody's praying and singing and we're all happy. They get to that parking lot and boy, oh boy. Hey DJ, I'm going to come over to your live. Oh, you have me Simon. Okay, yeah, I saw that, and I'm going to come over, but I'm here today. I'm obligated to do this morning because it's not really an obligation. It's my pleasure to do this morning. So I will be over to your channel shortly. Okay, honey. Thank you so much for doing that, though. And the disciples were filled with joy and with the Holy Spirit, and that's from Acts 13:52. Good morning, Arthur. Good morning from Liverpool, United Kingdom. I am in Pennsylvania, United States, and the crickets are singing more than the birds today, uh, and it's very humid. I come out here and it's just like sticking to my skin here. So I had my husband get me a big glass of water, so ice water. Supposed to drink the water anyway, right, Paula? So happiness is something that we could uh, spread to others and make the day better. And it's really, really hard. Believe me, it's really hard. Because, whenever I was teaching and, parents think that their child's the only one in the classroom and they demand this, this, and this, and, or if somebody did something to their child and they think that I didn't take care of it when I did, um, it's just madness. So we just have to learn how to handle those situations and get on with our day, especially when they're, what I was saying before about the parking lot. Man, they used to come out of it, not everybody, but they used to get in their cars and they didn't want to be in that traffic, or they would even leave sometimes before the final blessing just so they can make their way out of the church. You're supposed to be at the church and like being at the church, but they were so happy to get out of the church and push everybody aside um, when they're leaving the church, and that's so crazy, But that's the way it was um, when I went to that church. Well, a lot of churches are like that. I don't know about in other states, but in Pennsylvania, well, I don't want to label them all, but that's the way it was. They were just when the traffic was all, oh my goodness, it was craziness. So apparently they needed to go to another service and see what's going on because they apparently didn't learn anything there, right? So when people are in traffic and they push aside of me, and I do feel like, well, they think that their time is more precious than mine, but I just let them go. I used to beat my horn and all that, but what good does it do, right? You just don't let it ruin your day. I'm just all about having peace in my life, and I pick my battles. Do you guys know what that means? If there's any younger ones, just choose your battles because sometimes it's not even worth, raising your blood pressure or even having an argument. Like, those of you that are married having an argument with your teenage children or any of your children for that matter, or even your spouse. Sometimes it's just like you notice that they're a little bit snippety and you just like, okay, I see where this is going in your head. You don't say that out loud because it'll make it even worse. But yeah, you just have to deal like just walk away until they cool down or whoever. But sometimes it's hard with teenagers. So Lord knows I went through two teenagers. Now my youngest one, he was pretty easy, baby and teenager. But my oldest one, whew, he had a little bit of an attitude there. But then there was a time where he would see me coming home with groceries and just come out and help with the groceries. But other times, just like you ask him and he's saying some snide remark. But you have to get through it and just teach them, your children that respect is something. Hi, Kelly. Respect is something that you earn, and so to be happy in your life, you got to choose those battles because I don't know. I'm old. I'm 60, and I just want peace in my life. So, hi, David. How are you? I hope your day has started out wonderful. And we're just talking about having happiness and peace and just not dealing with the other people and just let them. Hey, Joey, how are you? DJ sent you over. Okay. Um, Yeah, so we're just talking about happiness and having peace in our lives. I mean, like I said, I'm 60 years old and I'm just like, I just don't want to choose any more battles anymore. I'm just gonna not let everybody step on me. Don't take my kindness as weakness, right? We're not gonna let people just take advantage of us. No, but it's like, I told you guys about those boys that I paid to do those rocks for me, and I paid them a lot more than what it was worth, but they did so much of it, and they knew that I was old and kind of handicapped here, and they knew I had no way of moving the rest of those rocks, and they were putting their hand out for more money, and I paid them a lot of money, pretty much my car payment, to get them to move those rocks. And then they put their hand out again. And I was just like, are you kidding me? And, I tried to talk to them calmly. In fact, I did. And I don't know. I said, no, I'm not paying you for those rocks. So they said that they were coming the next morning after I talked to them. Um, and they did come. But they came back and asked me for more money. Do you believe that? And then I had some other work for them to do. And I said, no, you've got to be kidding me. It's just like, really? But a lot of people think, because you're old that you have money, and that's not so. Because when you're on disability, you don't get very much money. You get like probably a fourth of what you get, whenever you're working. So yeah, I couldn't believe that. But don't take my kindness as weakness. So I was firm with them, but I wasn't yelling. And I just said no. And they just kept saying, well, you didn't pay us enough. And we did what you said. And I said, the rocks are still there. The rocks are still there. So you didn't do what I said. So, and they had this little contract, that said, um, we will move as the rocks as directed, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And the stupid thing is, too, guys, I had rocks delivered when I first moved here. Well, about 2 years ago, I wanted to get the river rock with my rose garden, right? And around my perimeter of my house. And again, I had young kids do it. These boys were starting a business, supposedly. And they did the job, but then it was, they were going to get the rock and the weeds, the black stuff you put down before you put the rock down so no weeds grow and all that. And then I ended up buying the rock. They were supposed to. I ended up buying the weed barrier. And the only thing they did was the labor. But still, they didn't do a very good job because, like, I had to put the weed barrier down too. And that was right before my hip replacement. I could barely bend down. But I get rooked because my kindness is, I believe people that they're going to do what they say they're going to do, but um, I don't know, I'm going to have to change that way a bit more. And I don't like that I have to do that, but um, I always try to have joy and kindness in my heart. But, the only time that I do get rather riled up is if you mess with my friends, my family, or, you know, just basic things that have to do with people that are close to me. But it seems like usually I'm not too defensive when it comes to me. It's like, well, okay. But, you don't mess with my kids or my family or my friends for that matter. So then I become Mama Bear. And I guess by the time I become Mama Bear, because it's not often, I'm pretty much a Mama Bear because I have it all penned up inside, right? So, but yeah. So I try to do acts of kindness too, because even if you do, yell at somebody or you're because we're not perfect. We're all sinners. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person because no way am I. I'd be the first one to say I'm a sinner. But it's not like I get up in the morning and say I'm going to do this wrong today, right? I'm not going to go out and steal something or something like that. It's like I mess up sometimes. Like, say my mother-in-law has something for me to do, and I'm just like, and I talk about her. So that, gossiping is not a very good thing either. It's you're talking about someone and you're hurting their character. So even though it's true. um, so I just I don't know. I think we're all that way, but whenever I do, not do those things, um, uh, I try to do acts of kindness or acts of charity. Meaning, like the bracelets that I'm making for the cancer patients, even though my fingers are very swollen with, the arthritis, I still am making them, and I'm not a martyr here, but I'm still making them um, because I just was there getting my iron infusion there done, and I just thought to myself, I'm here to just get a vitamin, right, more or less, and they're here trying to save their lives, and I'm just like, who am I, like, because they gave me, the first time I went there, they gave me this recliner that had like a massager, heat. It had, went all the way back. And they said, oh, this is one of the good chairs. And I said, oh, that's nice. That's before I realized that there was all these cancer patients and they didn't have the same chair. And I said, oh, during my treatment, I said, oh, you should not have given me this chair. I mean, I'm just there for, a half hour, 45 minutes to get that infusion. And they're there pretty much all day because I used to take my mom to her chemo, and we were there from morning until nighttime, waiting for that IV to put that poison, more or less, for the cancer. But I just felt horrible. So, and then there's a story about the happy face bracelets too. So that's on my channel here if you want to ever watch it. But I just yeah, that's what I try to do. And I taught my kindergartners that too. You do acts of kindness, even though you don't want to help your mom with the dishes, or you don't want to help her with the groceries, or you um, uh, don't want to make dinner for your family, right? You still need to do those things. You still have the responsibility to do them. And I know, like this morning, I only got an hour and a half sleep, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I thought, no, no, you said you're going to be there every day, and here I am. So um, I'm surprised I'm actually awake and not, just kind of dreary. Oh, you know what? I forgot to move the camera over so you can see my sleepy face. I'm sorry, guys, but it's not really a sunrise today. So here I am. Um, I was trying to do the little spiky hairdo because Paula, Mr. Sarge, Bob, came yesterday. So that's coming out, Paula. Kelly, if you saw that one. I have a section on my channel, guys. It's called Shits and Giggles. And it's SHITZ. But it's a bunch of silly skits that my husband and I do, or I do. And this one's pretty funny because my husband ends up wearing a wig and things like that, but I don't want to give too much away. But we were laughing. We couldn't stop laughing. And we have one more section to do, Paula. And because last night Tracy's like, "Is it on yet? Is it on?" I said, "No, we have one more section to do because I'm trying not to make it long, but I'm trying to make it worthwhile. So those who don't watch it all the way through, they're gonna lose out because they're gonna miss, those people that scroll on by and don't watch your whole content, which I don't do that. I like to watch my people all the way through because you never know." So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Daryl and I had a fun time doing that, and we've been trying to get it together to do that too. There's also a recipe that we were trying to get done too, but we wanted to try it out first. And it's Paula, you'll like this one maybe. I don't know if you like McDonald's, but it's called a Big Mac taco, and it's on a tortilla, and it's not a lot of calories. So those of you that are watching yourself or are doing Project Me with me, I'm doing a challenge where it's not a diet, but it's just eating healthier and trying to, take better care of ourselves. Hopefully it's not too late at 60. Right, Paula? Yeah, so a lot of the girls are walking and stuff like that. So I'm just so proud of them. They're doing so well. And, sometimes we have a little bit of struggle, but we got to take care of ourselves too. We need to have kindness to ourselves. And in order for you to be a great caretaker for, like I was for my mom, I lost my identity. And I'm not complaining about taking care of my mom when she had cancer, but I really did lose my identity with that one. And then my dad got sick, took care of him. And now I have my brother who's 9 months younger than me, but he doesn't have any cancer or anything like them. He's just had a head injury. So um, it's not too late. Okay. All right then. I hope not. It's hard to be a caretaker, Kelly. I'm telling you, my best friend did it too right after I did. He had both of his parents at the same time, but they didn't have any cancer or anything. So, but it's hard because especially when they have cancer, when you're watching them deplete, and you pretty much know after stage 4 takes over all the organs. She had colon cancer, and you pretty much know what's coming. And just to watch her go down that slippery slope, it was really rough. But she's in a better place now. So, um, yeah, so I'm trying to find myself again. And I know that sounds weird. A 60-year-old woman doesn't know who she is. I think I did know who I was until, you know, um, that was a big part. My life was on hold. Um, I took a leave of absence, and this was back in 2000. Well, she passed away in 2012, so it was a while ago. So it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. But those of you that have lost your parents or a friend or something, sometimes you know they're gone, but sometimes something exciting happens and you go and pick up the phone and call them. It's like, wait a minute, So, but yeah, being a caretaker, those are acts of kindness. I mean, um, did I complain about it to my husband sometimes? Yes, I did, because I was over there toward the end. I was over there all the time, and it was just so exhausting. But um, at least she had me to do it, right? Because my brother was out of state, and my sister, she's a neonatal nurse, but she wasn't interested in anything. So, but yeah, there's a lot of things we can do. I mean, what is your talent? Maybe you can help your younger brother or sister if they're having trouble with math, or if you have a talent, you can help coach a baseball team or something. Um, there's just lots of things you can do. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to ramble on and on, but I just want a sense of peace and happiness in my life. I'm not saying I never had that, but I'm just trying to build back to that. Just being like just happy. And for the most part, I am. I mean, especially since I started this channel, I really enjoy it, and I've made so many friends that are very caring, and we all try to take care of one another. I mean, it's phenomenal. Uh, we have our little Ghostbuster troll fighters and things like that too, but some of them are better than the others. They're quick. They're real quick. But so, what are you guys doing today? Let's see what makes you happy. I always try to remember Sunday when my kids were growing up as a family day. We'd go fishing or something. But then they started not taking me fishing because I don't sit still, and as you can see, I don't shut up. I can talk to myself all day. It was funny because Tracy went on live yesterday. And I just happened to find her, Tracy from Life on the Wild Side. And she's sitting there talking to her. I just saw the beginning that I missed it, and then I got on, and she says, I was talking to myself for 12 minutes. But see, I could do that. I can talk, I can carry on a conversation with myself. So that's kind of sad, but I'm talented. That's my talent, the gift of gab. So yeah, nothing fun, Kelly. All right, just getting things done. Yeah, I remember being a teacher. Like I said, teachers don't even get summers off. They're constantly trying to, you know, find new things for their students or things like that. hmm I remember one time I went out gathering acorns because I wanted to teach them that that little acorn turns into a mighty oak, right? So I'm on this hillside where these oak trees were, and somehow I lost my footing. Well, it's probably because the acorns were all underneath my feet, and it was a hillside. And I was trying to catch myself, and then all of a sudden it looked like I was going to fall straight forward, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And then I caught myself. It's like that would have been a catastrophe trying to gather these darn acorns. I have a topic interview or article and start talking as soon as I go live, whether people come or not. Yep. Kelly says that. Yes. So you have the gift to gab too, huh, Kelly? She's a teacher too. So anyone else? What are you guys doing today? Anybody else there? Hello. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button if you like it. But it's I have that ceiling fan on. I hope that's not too distracting. Hey Doc, how you doing? Happy Sunday to you. How's everything going? We had a nice chat a couple days ago about diabetes and stuff, huh? And I had a midday live, impromptu uh, live. Hey Joey, you're in the laundry today. My son usually does laundry. Matthew does his laundry on Fridays. I do here, there, but I haven't been doing laundry. It's pretty backed up down there. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that skit out for everybody today. It should make you all happy because it's pretty funny. Daryl and I, we don't care if people laugh at us. You know, they're laughing with us, right? Um, but him in that wig, my husband in a wig. Oh my gosh, he got some new accessories too now. So we're getting it's growing into a little bin of things for Sarge, Bob, Serge. I don't know how to say it. I don't know. Serge, Serge. The name he picked is some name I can't pronounce. I don't know. But it ended up being comical because, you know, when I said it, he kept saying it, and at the very end, he says, "Just call me Bob." I was just like, "What?" Because we didn't rehearse it or anything. There was no script or anything. I was like, "Bob." So it was funny. But I like doing that kind of stuff. We used to do that with the boys when they were little, you know, like little puppet shows and things like that. And or like when I was reading, like with the boys, they would do one side. Everybody say hi to Doc there. Um, uh, I would read one like left side, and he would read the right side of the chapter books. And when they weren't listening, and I could tell they weren't listening, but I would start making up all these different things. Like, say we were doing Junie B. Jones as a character in a series of books for kindergarten, first grade, and I'd say Junie B. Jones climbed on top of the uh, school bus and jumped down, and he'd be like, "What?" Oh yes, I am. My teeth are still bothering me, but I don't think it's ever gonna subside. I think I'm just gonna get false teeth or something because I don't know what they did to my mouth here. You probably said earlier, but where are you from? I am from Pennsylvania. It's okay. You can ask me again. Teachers like to ask questions and answer questions. So, where are you? You're from the UK, right, Joey? How old are you, Joey? Are you still in school? So, trying to see who I know who Paula is, and Doc, and Kelly, and Daryl. I got my Star Wars cup. It's actually Daryl's, but oh no, you're 50. Okay. Oh, you're leaving. I live in an hour from London. Oh, how exciting! Do you like living there? Sometimes I like Pennsylvania. Oh my, it's really foggy now. You guys see the fog? You can hardly see the street. Here, I'll try to turn it real slowly there. See how foggy? Can you see how foggy it is? The fog has come down over the houses in the street. Can you see that fog? So, really foggy. Wow. But usually, I thought it was supposed to be getting cooler around here. I don't know, but over in Tennessee, Paula, or Virginia, um, I like it here, hot here today. Is it come? Does the heat does the hotness come with humidity? See, I can handle 100-degree weather. It's the humidity that just irritates me, you know. So the last time I was here, it was a network issue, so I couldn't get to confirm what you said in response. In your 60s, oh, I'm 60. I just turned 60. Uh-huh. Yep, I just turned 60 on June. And it doesn't feel any different. How old are you, Doc? It doesn't feel any different. So, in my mind, I think I can still do things because I have what I consider a young heart. And, but the body's like, excuse me, but we're not doing that today. But I'm hoping that as I continue to do my DDP, Diamond Dallas Page Yoga, that I'll be able to do a lot more. So, those of you that are new, we usually just chat like this at the end um, and just get to know each other. I see you, mister. You're not coming out here. Mm-mm. So, um, mentally, we feel the same, but physically, we all slow down. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that, Joey. I don't like that at all. Yeah, I have 3 cats, and I don't even like cats, but they kind of adopted me, and now I love them. But Mister's his name was Rocky, but here, I'll show you. He's right there. I don't know if you can see him. Mister, Mister, Mister. I know. You can't get to me. He can't get to me, so he doesn't understand. Yeah, he has beautiful eyes, and he adopted me. I went there to donate stuff, and he he kept putting his little paw, which I call a hand, out to grab at me, laying there all cute. So I walked past him. I said, "Oh no, you don't. Oh no, you don't." And then you know how they have the little room where you can visit with the cat to see if you go together. And he was just all over me, and he still does that to me. I seen that you've been uploading videos. YouTube doesn't notify me when you upload. I will catch up. Oh, okay. Because when I was telling the girls here that I'm doing a new video well, on my shits and giggles, my funny stuff that we do, and it's going to be a funny one. I don't know if you saw the beautician one where I was going to a new beauty person, and his name was Sarge, Serge, or whatever he calls himself, and it was my husband who has a beard and he had a wig on, and he was just being silly. So we're doing another episode of him, and I'm telling, we were cracking up, Jasmine. It was. There's so many. Be on the edge of your seat because maybe not be on the edge of your seat. You might fall off, and make sure you pee before you go because you might pee your pants. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased. I don't know, but we were watching it over again after we videoed it, and we have one section left to do. But I was like, oh my gosh. But he was laughing at me. Really, I was like, do I really look that funny? And he's like, that is hilarious. So, oh my gosh, he is up on the table by the door, pushing the handle down on the door, trying to get out. This is my same cat, if you've seen the animal videos, that he goes in the filing cabinet and gets his treats out. He's too smart for his own good. No, no, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. He got the door open. No, mister. He unlatched the door. Mister. Maybe he was a person in another life. I don't know. How would he know to get up there, push the handle down? So, everybody else doing well today? Can't believe him. I see you. Oh, he follows me around all day long. He's just so cute. But, all right, I'm just making sure that I'm still, I don't know how you tell if you're still on there. I'm not locked up here or frozen. So, what are you doing today, Jasmine, besides watching my videos? I'm going over on um, Big, wait, what's his channel? Big 3 dash, Daryl, what is the name of DJ's channel? Um, See, if I know your name, then I'm always mix up your channel name. If I know your channel name, I forget your first name. Anyway, he has me as the, he's doing this thing for me today, like sponsoring me or something, and another person. He did that during the basketball series and that too. I just love DJ. He's a really good person, and he does door dashing and things like that. He's just an amazing person. He's very, very kind. He's called Big 3 Dashing. Yes, because I need 19 more to have 500 subscribers. And he's like, Sal, we can get that. And I said, I'm not really worried about it. I didn't know that I was like that until, who was it? Somebody called my attention to it. And I was like, what? Because like Paula knows and Kelly knows, I've said it before, I don't like looking at those numbers, and I don't like it being on the main thing. Because when some come and go and come and go, it breaks my heart. So I don't like it there. I think they should move it over on YouTube Studio and just leave it with those other analytics, because I don't want to look at it. I just want to be here with my friends and talk to them, and I'm not worried about those things. I just don't want to know. I think it's better off not knowing, but it's nice to be appreciated, like if you have 400, 500. I'm just like, really? They want to listen to this old lady? That's not my intention of the channel. I was just really lonely, and I just wanted to talk to somebody that talked back, not talk back, but, spoke to me back and answered me. Unlike Levi, my dog, who's a very back sassy dog. So there is a new video on him, and boy, oh boy. I said, you want to take a nap? He's just like, and then later on when I did my live around 9:30 that morning, I just jumped on real quick to see how it was being on there at that time. He was sleeping away. He was on the chair hanging over. Yeah, Kelly, we do have a wonderful community. We do. And even on here, I have some people on here that, are being a little naughty, and then I start talking to them, and then, they actually apologize. And that makes my heart happy when they do that. So, but I'm still thinking of getting what my dog growled at me this morning. Oh, Sally, I heard that sometimes YouTube takes away subscribers. I don't know why, but that's what I heard. Yeah, I know. It's, it's like working with the mafia, I guess. I don't know. You know, they don't want you to have too much. I totally understand about the numbers. I just got 200 the other day, and now I've been at that number a few days. I didn't comment until today. Wonder. Oh, Ace was here the other day, and he was at my Ace and Anthony. Anthony's name is Music Memes, and when Ace was on there and in the morning, and then in the late morning, and then when Anthony came on, I just started bawling because he's been emailing me. I just started bawling because God bless his heart. Both of them are. Ace is real young, and then Anthony's 62, but I just love talking to them because they're into music and writing their own music, and they're in England, and they're friends with my other friend who, if you ever want to visit, 11 code 1111, he writes music, and his girlfriend is in England living there, and her name is Big Red, and she has beautiful red hair, and she's gorgeous, and she writes music too, and she sings, but they help me a lot too with a lot of things, so I consider them family as well. Um, says if they don't watch your content on YouTube's, yeah, yeah. You are a joy and positive and blessing to see every morning. Oh, Yvonne, thank you. Thank you. Don't make me cry. I was just like, oh, lately it's just like that heart on my sleeve. I've been bawling my eyes on national, YouTube, internet, whatever. He's back at it. Look at him. I'm not lying. Look at this cat. Do not open that door. No. I'm telling you guys, he's going to get that handle. Mister? Oh, he's going to grab the handle. You'll see in a second. I know. See? Do you guys see? Do you see? Did you guys see him trying to open the door? Did you see? Did you guys see him trying to open the door? Pushing the latch down. Did you see that? Did you see that? Okay, now you guys know that I wasn't making stuff up. That cat, he opens drawers. If he wants something, he will get it. But when he's caught, he's just like, he's very, like sad. And he's like, don't yell at me. I don't yell at them. These animals, they run the risk. He is too smart. My other ones are two pudge muffins. Jake is like 15 years old, and he sits on the couch like a person, like a Buddha in his big belly, and he's licking himself all the time. You see that in videos. But I'm gonna get him a big red ruby for his belly, because he's a chubby cat. And then Fifi, who's younger than him, is supposed to be his playmate, and she's all about eating. She's almost as big as Jake. And I don't know. I've had Jake for like 15 years. I had him since he was a baby. I had his brother too, but shortly after we got him, his brother died of, what is that, cat leukemia or something like that. He was a gray cat, and his name was Smokey. And that cat did not like my husband. So if my husband even walked past the door of the room he was in, he would just like, shh. And Jake's kind of like that too, but he's starting to come around after 15 years. He's starting to like Daryl. But Daryl's ecstatic that Mister's so friendly. Like, Mister doesn't care. If someone comes over, he's right up there. But Fifi and Jake are hiding. I couldn't find where Fifi was when the people came for the, I don't know if it was the furnace or what. I was like, is she stuck in the recliner? You know how they get in the back of that? And I kept hearing meow. She has a girl meow. She has a soft meow. And I couldn't find her. And I'm like, where the heck is she? Here she was in the drop ceiling, in the basement, how they have the things you pop out. She was in the ceiling. How she got up there, I have no idea. But she was in the ceiling. And the only reason I knew that is because it was beveling down. Those fiberglass white things you put up there. It was beveling down because she's fat. And it was going to come down. So I moved her cat tree over so she just got on there and could climb down. But she wouldn't come out of there. Say a Traveling Mercies prayer for my sweetie today. He's Shriner and is driving a child to the Shriner Hospital. Oh, all right. Yes. What is the child's name? I'll pray for the child too. I have a prayer chain of prayer warriors. I call them prayer warriors. But if you ever need prayers, I'm happy to do that. I don't know if they're answered, but so far, it's pretty good. Some of my friends on here have had blessings, but some of them like to be on the down low, and I don't say anything about them. But initial A, okay, all right, gotcha. God knows, though, God knows who it is. 3rd grade, wow. My friend, her name was Tracy too. I worked with at the school. She was our secretary, and she was a nurse before that. and her son kept complaining about his neck, and I think he was about third or fourth grade, and he kept complaining about his neck, and she's like, "Oh, you're going to school. I don't care what you say. You're going to school." And it kept going on, and then she felt it, and there was a lump there, and here he had lymphatic. Hi, Russell. I was looking for your channel, but you don't have a channel, right? Yesterday I was going through my subs to check out their channels, and you don't have one, right? Because I was checking in with people. I'm doing okay, Russell. Oh, look, the sun's burning it off. Prayer sent, Paul. Oh, Jasmine sent the prayer. There's the sun. Mr. Sun. Mr. Golden Sun. Well, there's also the thing there. I don't know. The sun's moving because of the seasons changing, so pretty soon it'll be over here, so we won't have to do it over there by the tree. So, yeah. But Jasmine's a very, very nice young lady. All of the people on here are nice, so um, what's going on today, Russell? What are you doing today? I did look, though. I did look for your channel. Jasmine, I can't remember. Do you have a channel? I was going down the list. I should have wrote it down because I don't remember anything anymore. I can't remember from going from point A to point B, from the dining room to the kitchen. What was I doing? So yesterday I told Derek, I have to go back in there. He's like, what? I said, I have to go back in there to see why I was coming in here. You have to laugh at it. You can't be like, hi, Liam, how are you? You haven't been here in a while. Taking a break from old Sally. But yeah, sometimes I have to like remember why I'm there. Oh, hi, Chisholm. Were you here before? I think so. I am way too lazy to make YouTube content. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, Jasmine. I really appreciate it. I do. You're a wonderful person. That's why you have a wrench. That's why you have a wrench. I don't know you personally, except for here, but I trust you. Yeah, you were here yesterday. Okay. I know there was the boy who was going to a picnic with his football team. Yeah, nice to meet you too. And I hope I said your name right. I'm not even going to attempt that last name. I am not even going to. Mrs. Paula might be able to do that because she used to be a counselor. She can get names. Maybe Mrs. Kelly can get that. But I don't think I can get that. Even if you told me what it was, if you were standing here and told me, I have a hard time with uh, linguistics, phonics. I taught kindergarten. We only went over the vowels for a little bit, so. Remember, I am from Australia. Oh, yes, 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 I remember now. Yeah. Liam, didn't you hear me? I can't not remember what I went from the dining room to the kitchen, which is like maybe 5 steps. I have to go back into the dining room to figure out why I went into the kitchen. Russell says, I just go to people's channels and try to get the word. Oh, yes. Because Jesus is coming soon, trying to pull people out of the fire. Yeah, that's okay, Liam. Liam, that's okay. Yes, Russell. Yes, I remember. I'm going to have to start keeping a notebook. I was telling Paula, um, no, was it Tracy? Somebody, or Candace, I don't know. But they were talking about where they're from, this one's from, and Tracy was making me all confused because I think Evie was on there too. And I said, Evie's from Texas. And then I think somebody else named Debbie was on there, and she's from Texas. But Houston, it was just so confused. I said, I need to get one of those maps with the little, those little pins, like those little needle things, and put them all on there so I know where everybody is. So when you come on, I can just look over to the thing and know where you're from. And probably even like what you do, so I don't have to keep asking, which doesn't hurt to ask. So no reason to be sorry, Liam. But so after this, I'm gonna, use the restroom, and then I have to go on DJ's channel since he's doing that for me. So maybe next time you see me, I'll be at 500. I cannot remember where people are from, except Okies from Oklahoma. Hey, yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that one. Because I was telling Okies, him and that other Justin or something, they were all dads and Dean. They were all making those jokes, and it was they should start a channel or do like a panel. Oh my gosh, there's about 15 deer down there on the street. Here, I'm gonna get the camera and show you guys. Whole herd of them down there on the street. I can see them. Can you see them in the middle of the street? Let me go over here. Down there. Maybe we'll sneak over here. Can you see them down there? Can you see them? I heard this big rustling. Oops, I'm stuck on the palm tree. I heard this rustling and I was like, what is that? And there's like a whole, oh, you know why? Because that one guy chased them out of his yard. He doesn't like them in his yard. Hey, I got some palm trees here. I got some palm trees and that. I have two fountains over here. Um, Sorry, I'm moving the camera around like that, but I can't see from the back. But I have another fountain. And I don't know if some of you saw my little Buddha. He's so cute. But now Daryl says I can get the big Buddha. Yeah, so. Oh, hi, Russell. Russell left. Oh, Liam's leaving too. You know what? I'll just close up here. I'm sure Paula needs to go to church yet. And she has to run her video, her Bible. You still doing your Bible study, Paula? Bye, Liam. I hope I see you again. Lots of hugs. Hit that like button for my hug. Get off of the handle. Oh, he is too much. He is opening the door. Those green eyes, I'll tell you what. So, what was I saying? Yeah, Paula, do you still do your channel for Bible study? I'm really behind on the Bible. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm behind on the Sally and Dee's reality where we have cooking for both of us, you know, because Andy's, because we call him D instead of Daryl. But I'm behind on that too. I think I have 7 subscribers on there. So I'll try to get something in today. I'm being lazy. Oh no, I just was asking. I was gonna do an advertisement for it. Mister, I'm coming. Oh my goodness. So, hey guys, have a good day. Happy Sunday. It looks like it's going to actually be nice. And I have to keep on my husband because he's trying to get those rocks moved. And yesterday he was really going at it. And I was like, nope, let's go. But I don't want him to do a lot. Don't want him to get hurt because we're old. Bye, Paula. Kelly, have a great day. Don't work too hard on your stuff, Kelly. Spend some time with your kids. Oh, there's Justin. I was just talking about you, Justin, about the dad channel. You, Daryl, and Okies, and Dean. So, yeah, you're going to have to watch the rewind there, Justin, if you want. My cat is still trying to open the door. So, but yeah, have a great day, and I'm here every day. I might be starting at 6:30 now my time because it's still dark out here. So I've been doing 6:15, but it's still dark. So if you want to look at the darkness, I'll still come out. I don't know. What do you want to do? But hey, love you guys and have a great day. Don't forget to hit the like button. That's a big old hug for me, and I love hugs. So, all right, love you guys and have a great day, okay? All right, bye-bye. I will hug Mister for you. He likes hugs. Fifi bites, though. All right, bye, Justin.